So recently my son and I were in the car with a friend, and my friend told him to shut up. And Drew was really upset about it. I was upset about it. I told the person, like, don't ever speak to my son that way, that type of thing. And Drew said to me later on, like a few days later, he said, Mom, you didn't say anything to him. And I'm like, I did say something to him. So I called him on the phone, like so early in the morning. I called him on the phone. I said, yeah, can you tell Drew what I said to you about when you told him to shut up? He said, oh, your mom told me all the way off and let me know that that was wrong and on and on. And Drew's like, oh, I didn't think she said anything. And he said, oh, no, your mother is a fierce protector of you. She's always going to protect you. I'm saying all that to say children just want to be protected. They want to know that you got their back and you're going to keep them safe. And that's from friends, from uncles, from cousins, from any and everybody. Let me turn off my notifications. Children want to know that you're going to keep them safe by any means necessary, like whatever it takes. And I feel like parents have to get to the point that you don't second guess yourself. So when I was raising my son, one thing I didn't do, I didn't let him cry. And I learned early on, like when he was an infant, I learned early on that it's impossible to spoil an infant. It's impossible to hold them too much and all that. The doctor said, how can it be possible to spoil an infant when they're cradled in your belly for 9 months? So they're literally held in your belly for 9 months. And then they come out to your arms, and now you want to say you're spoiling them? Don't give yourself permission to detach from your children. And that's even if they're bigger. Make sure when you walk by your child, acknowledge them. Put a smile on your face. Let them know how beautiful you think they are. I love Drew's face. He's so handsome. He's so cute. But I'm sure to light up when I see him, like on purpose, because I want him to know you impact my life every time I see you. You matter. And that's my responsibility to feed that part of him that needs to know he is magnificent. And so I really maintain this because I really maintain this because one, it's just right to do. Two, it's just me. So because I am a feminine resource for him, I'm knowledgeable of that. And so I don't want to I'm never going to be masculine. That's not who I am. That's not really a part of me. Do I have social masculine ways where I'm the provider? I take care of home. I take care of him. I am his protector. I'm all those things, which I would be even with a husband, but I perhaps will play a lesser role and it would be less visible. That being said, it's important that you take inventory of your relationship with your children and that you recognize where you can do better. You can always start doing better today. Like deadbeat dad, trifling mom, all of those things literally can change in one day. Like you can change it. You can change it. You can start calling. You can start making contact. You can start paying child support. You can start participating. You can start acknowledging their mother or their father in a positive light. You can start the conversation that you're amazing and I love you and I want to impact your life positively. So I'm making an effort on purpose to help you be great later. One things I learned early on was because I wanted my son to be so great and I have all these great ideas for him. I realized when he was learning how to walk, I had a broken ankle. And he was learning how to walk at this time. And when he started taking his first steps, he would like wobble. He would, and I realized he was walking just like who? His mother. Now, perhaps that wouldn't have been the case if he had a father around. I'm sure it wouldn't have been because he could see how to walk properly. But because I'm the dominant presence there and I'm what he sees and he sees me walking that way, he walked as if he had a cast on. And there was nothing wrong with his feet and or his legs. There was no reason for him to walk that way except he saw that and he immediately imitated it. And so what did I have to do? Because I took responsibility for that. And I learned how to walk straight with that boot on my foot, with that cast on my foot, because it was important to me that he learned how to walk and run properly, because even his running was like staggered. And like that's such a great way for me to demonstrate to you that what you do in front of your children matters more than what you say. I learned it firsthand by seeing my son walk with a limp when he was perfectly capable of walking straight. It was totally what he saw that he emulated. And so be mindful of what you do. They're not, so if you're smoking, don't you ever smoke cigarettes, they're bad for you. That's ridiculous. They're not going to do what you say. They're going to do what you do. It's important that you watch what you do around your children. In my house, I don't have a secret. So we don't have secrets. So you can't tell my son a secret and he's not going to tell. Like, we don't do that. And that was important to me to establish early on. That being said, I don't live by the what goes on in this house stays in this house creed. We don't live by that. Because if I'm ever crazy and losing my mind and do something to him that's not right, he can tell somebody and feel free to do so. That being said, Drew will tell on you. Okay. Like, so if you yell at him, he'll tell on you. I know how to put things in perspective. But that being said, I don't need him to keep a secret for me to feel confident in my life or for me to feel Facebook cool. Like, no, what the heck goes on in here is nothing where I would be ashamed of. And I maintain that energy in my house. I maintain a certain way of living for the most part. I try. I do try. I try to be who I would want him to respect, love, and honor. Do your best to do better. That's all.